This episode is brought to you by Kia's first 3-row all-electric SUV, the Kia EV9, with available all-wheel drive and seating for up to 7 adults, with a 0 to 60 speed that thrills you 1 minute and available reclining lounge seats that unwind you the next. Visit kia.com/EV9 to learn more. Ask your Kia dealer for availability. No system, no matter how advanced, can compensate for all driver error and or driving conditions. Always drive safely.
Listen to the 48 Hours podcast for shocking murder cases and compelling real-life dramas from one of television's most watched true crime shows. Go behind the scenes of each episode with award-winning CBS News correspondents and producers in Postmortem, a weekly deep dive. Listen to 48 Hours wherever you get your podcasts.
Why don't more infant formula companies use organic, grass-fed whole milk instead of skim? Why don't more infant formula companies use the latest breast milk science? Why don't more infant formula companies run their own clinical trials? Why don't more infant formula companies use more of the proteins found in breast milk? Why don't more infant formula companies have their own factories instead of outsourcing their manufacturing? We wondered the same thing. So we made ByHeart, a better formula for formula. Learn more at byheart.com.
This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
Looking for a great haircut or shave experience? Come to Champion Salon and Barber. Our skilled barbers and stylists are dedicated to giving you the best service possible. Whether you need a simple haircut or a complete grooming package, we have you covered. And while you're here, feel free to enjoy a complimentary beer and chat with our friendly staff. We have 2 convenient locations in Waco and Woodway, Texas. You can also book appointments online or through our app, making it easy to schedule your next visit. So why wait? Visit Champion Salon and Barber today and experience a cut above the rest.
Boobies.
Hello.
And hi.
And welcome to
Boobies.
Boobies. That's right. We're your hosts. I'm Caitlin.
And I'm Joshua.
And today we're here to talk to you about freedom.
Let it ring.
Ring-a-ding-ding.
And let the blood pour. There you go. Yeah.
Let the blood flow from sea to shining sea.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Isn't that a song?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
The bodies hit the floor.
That's what it's giving. Yeah, we're talking about our 25th Amendment, you guys.
Oh, I thought you were
Or
about
28th.
to say 2013.
No.
And I was like, oh, damn, I got the year really wrong.
No, wait, what do you mean? For the movie?
Yeah.
It came out in 2013.
13, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say 2015. And then
Nah.
you said 25th Amendment. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes more sense. But I thought I got the year like 2 years off. And I was like, wow.
In the lore of what is the Purge universe, apparently it is, I'm sorry, I might be wrong. It's the 25th or 28th, but it is the amendment that allows people to have the right to, it's constitutional that you have the right to purge.
The right to purge.
Yep. Put in
Pretty
there by
wild
our
concept.
NFFA, our new founding fathers of America.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
There's some real culty shit that happens around it.
Honestly, like I want
like the joining hands and like.
Yeah.
It's like
the prayer
almost said
circle
our Father
almost.
who art in heaven.
Yeah, it does give that though. Especially like the beginning little quote and then kind of the whole vibe that they do give it, like as if it's like own new organized religion in a way. Yeah. Which is pretty scary because sometimes it seems like we're not too far off from like leading in that direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is terrifying.
I mean, even like other like not just America, like you hear like in other places as well, like that don't have like as many freedoms as we have here, and then like, and it's just seems like we're moving backwards.
I wonder if people didn't put out the blue flowers, are they like?
I think they're
exempt.
No, I think they're targeted. Yeah, I think it's like put them out there, or
people are gonna kill you.
Yeah, because I think then people will like have an issue with like why don't you support our constitutional right kind of thing, kind of like how they're doing now.
Right now.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, sounds a little bit familiar.
Yeah. And well, the NFFA is, I mean, directly linked to the, what's it called? The gun one, RFA, the TF, what is it?
Oh,
Y'all know what it's called.
NRA.
Yeah.
National Rifle Association.
That one. Yeah. Because they were kind of getting a lot of pushback on, like, you know, trying to have gun
Is that
reform.
right? NRA?
I think it is. Yeah. I'm
Okay.
sure it is. I'll look it up real fast. But they were getting a lot of pushback on trying to implement gun reform. So then they were like, nah, you know what? We do need more guns, and not just more guns, a day when everybody can just
Kill each other freely.
What do they call it? Like exercise your
Constitutional right.
well, not even that, because they say like that doctor comes up and he's like, it's you know, it's only human nature for us to like want to like let out our aggression or whatever. Yeah. And I'm like, whoa, bro. Maybe like a middle finger road rage, but not let's like, you know, kill everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But we're obviously kind of on the Purge, because it's the 4th of July.
4th of July, yay.
It
Fireworks.
was either this or Jaws, but we already covered Jaws. And if you haven't heard it, go back and listen to it.
Yes.
Yeah, just a few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, Jaws did take place on the 4th of July.
It did, yes. I don't know if the second one does. Maybe we will look into that one. I've actually heard the second one for a sequel is actually still pretty good. It's all the ones that come after it that are...
Then where it gets a little too much. Yeah. For Jaws, right? Not for the Purge.
For Jaws, yeah.
Okay.
There are 5 movies in the Purge series and a TV series.
There's a TV series too? I didn't realize that. Oh, I guess you did say that earlier. I just chose to ignore it.
It was from 2018 to 2019. It literally one season, I think, and then it got the boot. But it is pretty much basically like kind of just more of what goes on during a Purge.
I see. Spooky.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know, the other movies, I kind of looked them up and stuff. The second one is basically a sequel to this. Election Year is basically, I think they're trying to get rid of the Purge, but like it's basically like a 2020 kind of situation, like the election year shit that was going on. The first Purge goes over the first Purge that happened in 2017.
2017.
And then the Forever Purge is supposed to be like the last Purge or something like that, because they're trying to get rid of it or whatever. So it's a pretty interesting concept.
It's not just you can purge 24/7.
On the day of?
Well.
Oh, no. I get what you mean. No.
Like
it's like the
purging.
last one. Yeah. No.
I see.
Yeah.
That's kind of a silly name for that then.
And I'm sure it won't be the last one. So kind of redundant.
Yeah.
But today we're talking about the first one.
The first one, 2013.
Yeah, I watched it when it first came out, way back when.
Yeah,
and then I kind of hadn't seen it, I think, for a good few years, and then once again hadn't seen it for another few years. So it's been a minute.
Yeah, it was a pretty fresh watch.
Yeah,
for the most
part. There's a lot of details that I didn't remember and I didn't recall, and I was like, oh yeah, I totally forgot about that part.
There was also, apparently I've seen another one of the Purge movies, I guess, because there were scenes that I thought happened in the Purge that did not happen in this one.
I wonder which one you saw.
Yeah, me too. I have no clue. I guess I'll have to watch them all.
Yeah, there you go. Gotta catch them all.
Figure out which one it was that I watched. It must have just been like on
TV or something.
Yeah, and I could see that. Flipped past it or something, because I really have no recollection of which one it was. They all kind of blend together for me.
I can see. I mean,
because I've not
same concept
watched them all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but this one was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a pretty terrifying, honestly.
Yeah.
Situation, because if you put yourself in that situation,
absolutely not.
Yeah. Because there were times that I had kind of got into it and I was like, oh yeah, like this shit, like this is like real life for them.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. And also I thought it was pretty well paced. Like it was, I thought it was but yeah, we should just go ahead
it's
and
only an hour 25
runtime. Especially because like if you think about it, especially if it's shorter, you kind of feel like maybe they want to cram everything in, but it still kind of felt, it not like that.
Nonstop killing.
15 minutes in and we were already getting to the start of the Purge happening.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
I was like, I liked that. I don't know. But I like that we didn't have to wait a long time, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, for like things to kind of really kind of take off. And get going.
Kind of right to it.
But yeah, we're opening on the year 2022, right? 2022. Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Yeah, they're in 2022.
Oh,
That's when it started. This one's taking place.
I see.
So
We still don't have home security like that.
no.
I wish we did.
Mm-hmm.
Just in general.
Yeah.
I would just lock up my house tight every night.
Every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's giving like nothing is getting through, but we find out eventually something does.
Yeah, when he's like, it's 99.9%
9%. What's the
impenetrable.
0.1%?
Yeah.
Oh, everything basically.
Yeah.
I do get. Nothing is necessarily impenetrable.
Unsinkable ship,
Yeah.
the Titanic, sunk down.
Did you see that they are promoting like the newest, largest cruise ship is about to start setting sail?
No.
And it was literally like, because I saw it on TikTok, of course, and all the comments were like, did we not like learn what happened to the last largest ship that's at set sail? And it looks massive.
Ocean
it is
liner.
massive. I honestly don't understand how it wouldn't just like topple over.
Sink.
It's basically like a little skyscraper on a boat. Like,
that's wild.
like I don't understand.
Who is it?
Carnival or one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, Carnival ships do look to be pretty tall.
I'll have to look it up. But yeah, no, it literally looked like a little hotel on top of the boat. I'm like,
that's
damn.
crazy.
And even then had like the slides and everything and all that. It's like one of those fun ones.
Ooh.
Which I still kind of want to go on a cruise, but I don't know if I'd go on one that big because that just seems scary. That seems like too much like, I don't know. And then all the people on board. And then you think about,
blows.
Yeah. And then you think about like if an accident were to happen, that's a lot of people that you have to kind of like
crawl over, say move,
go
bitch.
through. Yeah, literally get out the way. Like I'm trying to survive.
Throw some elbows.
Like the less people, probably the better.
Get back, little kid.
Yeah. I mean, I might carry them for a little while, but if I get tired,
then
good
luck swimming on your own.
But also, where are the parents? That's not my responsibility.
That's true.
I mean, not to be. What's it good? Not a good Samaritan, I guess, but kind of life and death. Yeah, exactly. So we start with the movie. You know, it's got these like sequence where it's like crime is at an all-time low. The employment rate is at 1%. Violence barely exists except for just one night. And
12 hours.
For 12 hours, and we do get. This is where we have the little thing. Also, I guess like a prayer. The blessed be. Did you write it down?
No,
I didn't. I just put blessed be, but basically it sounds like a little prayer. That's
I think I wrote it down later in my notes.
I mean, I can look it up.
Blessed be America, a nation reborn. Blessed be our new founding fathers for letting the purge cleanse us and our souls.
There you go.
Blessed be America, a nation reborn.
Yeah. Pretty cryptic sounding as well. And
cleansing our souls
for real, for purging. And so it starts with some credits over some CCTV footage
of the purge happening outside, out and about.
Did you notice did you look at any of the timestamps or anything?
No.
Okay, so they were all from different years. So there was 2017, 2018, 2019. They were all leading up to the one that was
about to happen.
Yep, exactly.
That's cool.
I thought that was, because I hadn't never ever noticed that before. And when I was watching it just now, not just now, but yesterday, it was like a cool little Easter egg. I was like, okay, that
is cool.
A pretty good attention to detail.
Yeah.
And so we're basically just seeing a bunch of chaos and like people murdering each other.
We've got this stark contrast too with classical music playing over it. So it's all very it's
like more whimsical.
Yeah.
As opposed to
very airy. And then you're just watching people get bludgeoned to death. So,
like heads being chopped off and stuff and a lot of explosions.
Pretty wild. But I liked it. I thought that was a good little intro.
Yeah.
Intro to the Purge.
Very much so. And then I liked how it kind of right after what a good minute and a half just went right into the movie.
Yep. Yeah, we're with Mr. Sandin in the car. What's his name? James.
And he's talking to Falk on the phone. Someone last name's Falk. And he's basically closing a deal, I believe. It was the one that he was, I guess, going to tell the people about.
Yeah.
His family. And then he pulls up through his neighborhood. And at this point, we're listening to also a radio situation happening. they're saying how basically like what's that NPR kind of thing, and they're talking about how like the poor can't afford to protect themselves during the purge, and so this is really kind of like for everyone else to like benefit, and basically like genocide against
they said at one point, I don't know if it was during this newscast or what, but they said at one point that it was basically to cleanse not only their souls but also cleanse of the undesirables and like basically the people who don't contribute to society.
Yep.
Is what it said. And it was like,
damn, pretty horrific.
That's pretty fucked up. Pretty fucked up.
Like if we come to that as a society, we've truly lost like all humanity and empathy, because it's just ridiculous to think of like, especially people who are most vulnerable and like can't, like that's like.
Also, do you think like you would go kill someone? I feel like if anything, I would go loot a store.
Yeah, of course, all the other things
I would like get a handbag or something.
Throw a wild party, do all the drugs.
Get me some Prada boots.
Or something,
yeah.
I'd honestly, I'd trip on some acid and go to a rave, like throw like the biggest rave ever. I don't know
if killing is allowed. I don't know if I'd want to be tripping on drugs though.
That's true.
Then if you're just like, woohoo, and then someone's like, stab you.
You have no control of your body. I'm fine. Do it again.
Got stabbed. That
wow.
tickled.
That was like super awesome. Yeah. I might think about that again then. Thank you, friend. But maybe a different drug then. But yeah, for sure. It is kind of trippy to think about all of this happening in some universe somewhere. And so
I'm glad it's not ours.
For sure.
Horrors do happen every day.
That's true. This is just basically that like hyper whatever. It's a
very extreme solution.
Yeah. And so we have him driving through the neighborhood that he lives through, which is a very swanky, you can tell, super rich neighborhood.
Yeah. Some nice homes.
And he is passing some neighbors. He's passing one walking his dog. They're having, a little neighborly small talk. And he mentions that they need to, or did he put out did he check his security system? So that's kind of the first inclination where we know like, okay, he sold him something.
Yeah.
And then also talking about the flowers, the Bauticias.
Yeah. I just put blue flowers.
The blue flowers. Yeah. He's like asking him, told him, don't forget to put them out because apparently you put these out in front of your yard to show your support of the purge.
Yep. And that's what we heard it on the newscast as well. True. As he was pulling up, it was like, don't forget to put out your blue
Bauticias or something like that. I thought of Bautista, the wrestler. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're like Bauticias. And so, and then we get a title card, which seems very like glitchy. I liked it.
Yeah.
Which fit for the movie.
It did.
Unlike how you were like Smiles didn't, because it's kind of gave the same vibes, like glitchy, like computerized.
Yeah.
But it didn't fit there. And then we go to today's date, and it is March 21st, 2022.
And it's 62 minutes until the start.
Yep. And
so pretty close.
Yeah, and we have mom and dad talking, catching up, and the mom's talking about how she's going to have dinner ready pretty soon, but her husband needs to talk to his daughter about the Henry situation, which is her boyfriend, which we will be introduced to very soon. And honestly, someone needed to talk to them.
Yeah.
Because like
they were up to no good.
No good.
And then also
not in my house.
Kill a man.
Literally
tried to come kill the dad because of not letting him see one another.
It is like, so funny because whenever all that was happening, I'm like, at first I'm like, oh, this kid's gonna kill the dad. But then I'm thinking like, oh, okay, no, he's just gonna talk to him. Okay, because he's like, I'm just gonna talk to him. He has to listen to me. And then it turned into what it turned into, and I was like, holy fuck, the balls on this kid.
Whenever he showed up, I was like,
this is wrong.
This is suspicious.
Yeah.
I don't like it. And then I kind of went through that phase too, where I believed what he was saying. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess maybe he is going to talk to him. But then whenever he pulled out that gun, I was like,
the kitty Glock.
Damn.
Yeah. Damn. But yeah, we'll get to that.
Did you know you could be putting oil and chemicals in your coffee? I love coffee creamer, but I don't think I've ever turned the bottle around to actually see what's inside. When I did, I found out many of my favorite creamers contain ingredients I would never intentionally add to my coffee cup, like canola oil, dipotassium phosphate, ew, and artificial flavors. Laird Superfood all started when big wave surfer Laird Hamilton needed morning fuel that could allow him to spend the entire day chasing the ultimate wave. He couldn't find anything in the market that met his ingredient standards, so made himself the ultimate plant-based creamer. Laird Superfood started and launched its first product, Original Superfood Creamer, in 2015. Laird Superfoods contain no artificial flavors, colors, or additives, and no sugars from highly refined corn syrup. All Laird products are sustainably sourced and thoroughly tested to ensure that you're incorporating the cleanest, finest fuel into your routine. All Laird products are also made of all-natural whole food ingredients, and they are crafted from the highest quality all-natural real food ingredients. Are you ready to feel more energized, focused, and supported? Go to lairdsuperfood.com and add nourishing plant-based foods to fuel you from sunrise to sunset. Use our promo code BOO at checkout to save 15% off your purchase today.
I love smoothies, but I don't love smoothie bar prices. With my BlendJet 2 portable blender, I can make smoothie bar quality beverages for a fraction of the price. BlendJet 2 is portable, so you can blend up a smoothie at work, a protein shake at the gym, or even a margarita on the beach. It's small enough to fit in a cup holder, but powerful enough to blast through tough ingredients like ice and frozen fruit with ease. BlendJet 2 is whisper quiet, so you can make your morning smoothie without waking the whole house. Lasts for 15 plus blends and recharges quickly via USB-C. Best of all, BlendJet 2 cleans itself. Just blend water with a drop of soap and you're good to go. There are also over 30 plus colors to choose from. I myself chose black because it matches the color of my soul. What are you waiting for? Go to blendjet.com and grab yours today. And be sure to use the promo code BOO12 to get 12% off your order and free 2-day shipping. No other portable blender on the market comes close to this quality, power, and innovation of the BlendJet 2. They guarantee you'll love it or your money back. Blend anytime, anywhere with the BlendJet 2 portable blender. Go to blendjet.com and use the code BOO12 to get 12% off your order and free 2-day shipping. Shop today and get the best deal ever. At this point, he's like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll talk to her about it. Even though he's kind of like, what is there to talk about? There's nothing to talk about kind of situation.
He's too old for her. Move along.
Yup. And at this point,
although she looked 18.
I mean, I was getting more like 15, 16 vibes.
Oh, she looked older to me. Maybe she's not aging well.
I don't know.
I'm just kidding. She
but
was
also,
really pretty.
she was very pretty. But also, like, that was wild to me too, that they were like going at it hardcore, and I'm like, your parents are literally just like
right outside,
awkwardly.
Can't pretend you didn't do that.
I mean, I could. I mean, yeah, okay, yes, but also kind of not.
A little more cautious. They didn't seem very cautious.
I was definitely a lot more cautious. There was definitely a lot of time of like me being in my room pretending like someone wasn't in the closet.
Yeah. But
not just like openly making out.
Yeah.
And stuff for like
right
a long period of time, and then like yeah.
Like, did you lock your door?
Bada bing, bada boom.
Were
me?
there? No.
Her.
Asking if she
also,
did.
no, it felt like their door was wide open. It felt like her door was wide open.
Wide open.
Yeah. Especially when you could start hearing everybody through, she's like, oh my God, Dad's here. But yeah, they are, I lost myself. Oh yeah. After the whole Henry situation, I think we are hearing the doctor now on the TV, and the mom's like cooking, she's listening, and he's talking about how like we are inherently, bad, and we need to purge to like release our aggression. Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
And you can already definitely tell she's kind of got like you can tell like she's not on board 100%.
Yeah.
Or doesn't necessarily agree all the way. And so then we get to Miss Zoe, and she's in her bedroom, and she's just kind of chilling.
2 weeks in a row we got a Zoe in a film.
Oh, we did, right?
Yeah. Selena Gomez
was Zoe in the other one.
Week.
And so she is doing her own stuff in her bedroom, and then we get like someone grabbing her from behind, and it's kind of like a jump scare, but you think like it's someone maybe trying to do something bad, but it's her boyfriend, and that's Henry. the old 18-year-old boy trying to hook up with her. And she was surprised, right, at this point? Or was he already in there?
I think he was already in there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think
yeah.
that's a later moment. It's whenever
I jumped ahead. Yeah.
he's in the house
Mm-hmm.
when he's not
That's when he
supposed to
sneaks
be.
back in. So he's already there and they're just making out.
They're just making
They're
out.
just making out. They're going at it,
They are, and they're growling at each other.
which was so lame.
I was like, that's
It's
cringy.
weird. Yeah. He's like,
He just didn't want to
everybody-
say I love you.
literally, he's like, everybody else says I love you. We'll just growl to each other.
Grr.
So, and she's like, I'm not doing
Rawr.
that. I wouldn't have done it.
I would have been like, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
I growl on a regular basis, but like not like to say I love you.
I hiss at people.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Be a little kitty cat.
That was more of a hamster that I just did. That we can just turn our podcast into that. Noises.
Hissing and hamster noises.
I can also do a good
Was that a quack?
no.
Oh, a piggy?
As a wombat.
Oh, wombat.
And make like a woodchuck.
Oh,
Mhm.
I've never heard what they say.
Mm-hmm.
I know that zebras
YouTube
go
it.
yip yip.
Yip yip.
Basically,
Isn't
yip
that
yip,
Appa?
yip yip, yip yip.
Oh, like
That's
that.
like what zebras make.
Yip 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 yip.
Appa yip yip.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I want a yip yip. And so we do have all of that happening with Zoe. They're growling, whatever. Then we see them. He's trying to get ready to go because it's Purge is almost about to start, and it's
get
almost dinner
home.
time.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be there. He needs to get home. And we see a neighbor sharpening a blade, which looks pretty massive. They're like, "Oh my God,
Mhm.
someone's getting ready to purge." And
Is that the same blade he gets stabbed with later?
I don't know, honestly.
Yeah, I couldn't really see that guy's face.
Mm-mm.
But it did make a good point of showing the machete.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wonder if it was supposed to be like a little foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing, still in a sense, but the guy didn't look like he was in the house. Like he didn't look familiar.
Yeah.
Whenever,
I couldn't really tell what he looked like.
whenever we had everybody together later and we could clearly see their faces, the neighbors, but he didn't look like he was one of those. So I don't know. But
maybe the machete was still foreshadowing, but not that man.
I can see that.
Yeah.
And then he leaves, and at this time, the mom is going outside to get something. Why'd she go outside? I don't even remember now.
I think she was going to check the mail or something.
Yeah, and the neighbor lady comes up to talk to her.
Yeah, Grace. And I was
Grace
like, Grace
is a fucking
creepy.
bitch.
I did
Yeah.
not like her from the get.
She looked like a robot, very
She was
Stepfordy
too
and
smiley.
like yeah.
Stepfordy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, bitch, do not eat those cookies. They're probably
Poison.
poisoned.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially because it's about to be the purge.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I would be like, nope, sorry, not accepting any gifts from strangers
Not
tonight.
today of any days.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Any other day, maybe, but you could legally
or if
poison
anything,
me.
I guess she was just being kind. Like I would be kind and be like, okay, thank you, and like dump them out as soon as I got in. But I think she actually was about to serve them, or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe she just trusted her neighbor a lot. It seems like it. It seems like they did.
Yeah. She also seemed to be pretty skeptic. I thought she seemed a little skeptical of her. Just kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
I felt like she didn't really like Grace.
No, you can, especially because she was like, "Are people really saying that?" Like, yeah.
Or are you just making this up to tell me right now? Or are you
Yeah.
saying it?
It's just based, and so what Grace was saying is that her husband sold all of the people in the neighborhood their security systems, and they had just added a new addition to the house that looks beautiful, and everybody's jelly because they're like, you know what, we basically paid for that.
Yeah, you used our money to build onto your house,
and
it
it's
was
like, fuck off.
you're the one who
bitch.
chose to buy from him.
Literally, what gun was pointed to her head?
Yeah.
No.
It's
So it's
their
pretty.
reasoning.
Yeah,
At the
pretty
end, it's
pretty crazy, man.
dumb.
And but I honestly believe some people would probably think like that.
Oh yeah, probably.
That's so crazy to me. Like, I was like, yikes. I was like, she really had the audacity to say that.
Yeah.
Because
for
just
real.
like, it's like we paid for it, and I'm like, what?
It's like
I wanted to
no.
slap her right then and there.
Been like, bitch, sit down.
I've been like, no, bitch, I did. Now eat your damn cookies. Take them back.
Take him back. I don't want him.
And so she gets into the house. At this point, I think we're watching some Purge events and stuff on the TV.
Yeah,
or
and
something?
we're also this is where we switch to a first person POV shot.
Oh, that's right.
Because we're going from Timmy's eyes
Mm-hmm.
as Timmy's. Well, we don't know that his name is Timmy yet.
No, it's a POV
But
that we're seeing
we're
the
just
mom.
driving
through.
around, and I was like, this seems suspicious. I was like, who is this at first? And then
Makes you think that someone's going to pop up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or like someone's already bugged their house
That's
in
true.
order to kill them later
I didn't even think
or
about
something.
that. Yeah.
That's what I thought immediately.
You would be a good killer.
Yay.
Just saying.
But then she turns around and she gets startled by this creepy burnt baby doll on like a tank kind of thing. It's named Timmy.
Timmy.
Apparently.
It looks like the doll from Sid. Like the thing
like that Sid
with
made.
with the little, but instead
Spider
that one had the
legs.
spider legs. Yeah.
It had tank legs.
It did. Yes. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But also scary. And it also played music. And it was
an
like
odd feature.
1920s, like old school music.
Hello, my baby.
Hello, my the frog song, right?
Hello, my ragtime gal.
Yeah. Even more so, Charlie is an interesting child to come up with all of that. Teenager.
Yes.
But yeah, obviously jump scares the mom as she turns around, and we finally see that it's the doll. And then she's telling him, don't scare her like that. And she's telling him to come out from his room or hiding spot and to help her set up for dinner or come eat dinner. And at that point, this is when he starts to show her like the new features on the doll that he's made. And
first
then,
off, his room is just really cool.
Oh,
that
yeah.
little secret hiding spot
pretty cool.
comes in handy.
Sure does.
But
Comes into play a lot later.
it was really, I was like, that's pretty neat. Any little secret hideout room like that.
Me too.
Fun.
Got me.
Love
Anytime
that.
I see it in houses, like
I would sleep in there. I'd have all my snacks.
mhm.
I'd probably die in there.
Like a panic room or something. One of the things that I used to do back in the day, I don't know, probably like 2013 to 2015, not that long, but in between that time frame, I would, because a lot of stuff was being built stuff is being built now, but like a lot of new additions and homes and stuff were being built at that time, and especially like in the Hewitt and Woodway area, and they just the houses are there, and like I would go through, and me and my friend would they would sometimes leave some of them open.
Oh,
And
right.
we would
yeah.
just walk through, and like it's
I
a
remember
whole
you
brand
saying
new,
this.
the whole brand new house, and like we're just like cool, and just
Because
kind
I
of
would
like
go to open houses that were
no,
legal.
no, we would do it the illegal way and just go. And some of them were just unfinished, and some of them were just like 2x4s and stuff like that. And we would still go in, and you could tell like where everything was going to be built and stuff.
Yeah.
One was really nice, and over there off of Lake Waco, on a corner, on like a cul-de-sac, and we were able to get in so many times and like get all the way to the roof, and it was a big ass place.
Nice.
And yeah, so pretty
That's
cool.
fun.
Pretty cool.
That
You
is
can't
cool.
put me to jail now because it's statute of limits. I don't
Statute
know.
of limitations
I
has ran out.
It's gone.
This was 800 years ago.
Yep. 80. And so we're talking to Mom and Charlie, and she is asking him what's wrong because she kind of can tell that something is bothering him. And it's basically, she's just, what did she say? She's like, is it just tonight? And he's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think at this point, he asked her like, why don't we purge? And she tells him that, right? Is at this point?
I'm not sure.
Or maybe not. That might be when he asks Mom and Dad later, but she does.
Oh, yeah, it's a little bit.
She does say,
later.
remember all the good that the purge does. And she's trying to just kind of console him and sell what everyone else is selling. Yeah, for sure.
Drink the Kool-Aid, little Charlie.
That's what it is.
Yep. And then we're around the dinner table, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and we're having family talk. The
Yep.
dad is, James is wanting to ask about people's day, but really so he can talk about his day.
Dad is dadding.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much.
But he definitely, I feel like he didn't really care
Oh, no.
he was just like, I want to tell you all my big news. But yeah, he's trying to talk with Zoe. Zoe, it's clear that Zoe and him have a strained relationship
For sure.
because of the Henry thing.
At the moment, yeah, she thinks he's the enemy.
Because she's not allowed to see her growling partner.
Yep. And she is very much, what's the word? Like challenging him, I guess, in a way, with like her attitude, and like he's asking her about her day, and she's like, I don't want to do this anymore. It is stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then finally she's just kind of like, okay, school, this, that, class, nothing's different. It's whatever.
Everything's the same.
Yeah.
It's just a normal day.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Which was
And-
honestly so moody. And I was like, girl, just say how your stupid day was.
For real. And then he
Get to
asks
it.
Charlie, and Charlie makes some joke or something, and then what's her name piggybacks off of it and is like, you should have said penis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. And then we also get Charlie taking his heart rate.
Oh, that's true.
Which we see is just a little thing that he likes to do.
It's a quirk.
Throughout the film. And then it also comes in handy later to let us know.
Yeah. It's funny
James
because when I first saw this, I guess for some reason I thought like, oh, he's diabetic, or there was something else. There was some reason why he was doing it, and watching it again, I'm like, oh, this boy's just doing it because he's just like
likes to
being,
monitor his heart rate.
he's just being, what's the word?
I had a 5% difference, just in case you were wondering.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Is it neurotic? Is the word I'm thinking of, or like not anal, not OCD, but like near, like he's, yeah, but it's I don't know.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, for sure.
I know what you're getting.
Because like, who does that? Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little, like you said, a quirk that he's got, and he just needs to do it.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a little notebook that he writes it down and stuff into, and it's such an old school like watch.
Yeah.
That it seemed like it as well. Checking his.
I don't know if Apple Watches were out in 2013.
Yeah.
I don't even think that was a thing yet.
I don't think so.
I mean, there were other type of watches, but now, I mean, this does everything now, but yeah.
This tells me my heart rate.
Mm-hmm.
It loves to tell me your heart rate rose above 120 while sitting down.
Stress, baby.
And I'm like, oh. It told me that like twice yesterday, and I was just watching K-pop videos.
That'll do it.
They must have been too cute.
It must have been.
My heart rate just went boop, boop, boop.
Couldn't
boop,
take it. It went padam, padam. And now
Doki doki.
we have Dad finally being able to say his good news, which is that he did it. He made the biggest sell, or he's the top seller or whatever in all of Kentucky.
Yeah.
They don't live in Kentucky, but you get what I mean. And yeah, it's pretty exciting news, I guess, because they're going to get more money and a bonus and all this stuff. And I guess that's what he wanted. It's what he's been working hard for. I mean, I can't.
The man's just doing his job.
I guess. Yeah, exactly. I mean, even though his job kind of is linked to what we don't want to be happening. But I mean, honestly, if you
profiting off of people's fears.
But honestly, at this point, it is the law. And if you can't beat them, join them. And if you don't want to purge, then I guess his best thing to do is like sell people security systems.
Yeah.
So even though I guess only the rich can afford them. So I don't know how good it actually is, but yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of social commentary that could be had.
Yeah, it definitely makes you think like ethic wise, like, wait, what is right and what is not right, and what would be all of it? Because
all the rich people support it because they can protect themselves from it.
Yeah.
Or they can go out and hurt the people who can't.
They're so privileged, yeah.
Just like they do in this film.
Yeah. I guess it's basically a reflection of life right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's sad. The rest of the movie, I'm just going to talk this. Okay.
What a bummer.
Anyways, all right. So they are laughing around the table because
they're all excited.
They're all excited.
Yay.
And yeah. And then Charlie's like, oh my God, it is almost time. Look at the time. And Dad's like, it's time. It's I guess everybody's going to stop eating now. It doesn't matter if you're done or not.
Yeah.
And
can't finish your meal.
Yeah.
You have to go to the little room and watch all of us lock it down.
Yep. You got it.
I don't know why. I would have just, well, I guess. But if you have that big of a security system, I was so confused as to why all of them were awake.
And not just like, yeah, let's go to bed now.
Yeah, my mind was like, I would just go to sleep. Like Mom gets on the treadmill and I was like, no, go to sleep, bitch.
I mean, they all start to do their own thing. And I especially was like, oh, damn. Okay. And after dinner. All right. Yeah. Cool. Got it.
Maybe she normally goes on an after dinner walk.
Or maybe she was just like...
Yeah, needed to blow off some steam.
Or like didn't want to think about it. What else is going on? Yeah, I'm just gonna
that's
run.
why I would just put myself to sleep.
That's because you don't think about it. Yeah. That's true.
And then all of a sudden it's over. But if someone does break into your house...
I was going to say, like, what if it goes... I don't think I could sleep. Not until the night was done. Because I'd be on edge.
But if I had such a good security system like this, where, I mean, obviously something like that you would have heard. Mm-hmm. If they were trying to break in, and so you'd wake up, I think. Yeah. Unless you drugged yourself really heavily. Maybe they'll already think you're dead. They'll just leave you alone. This one's already dead.
I'd set up booby traps.
Yeah.
There we go.
Home Alone it.
There we go. And so we have them in their little kind of, it looks like a panic room essentially, but it honestly doesn't get panic room because there's just a regular door that leads into it. It's just like
Yeah.
an office space, I guess. But we have monitors that are watching all of the house from the outside. And we have the security system. Dad is getting ready to arm it up. They are looking out.
And also arm himself with
Yeah.
this fancy
It's got all these
gun
guns.
case.
Yeah. And they are looking into the cameras, and we see that the neighbors are out. Grace is throwing a party, even though she said she wasn't going to throwing a party. And the dad, James, is like, well, thank God we weren't invited, so it's okay.
Yeah.
And at this point, the emergency broadcast system starts to go, and this starts announcing, how the purge is about to commence.
How its murder is allowed for 12 hours.
All weapons lower than class 4 or something are allowed.
Yeah.
And
emergency services won't be in operation.
Yeah.
So
EMS got a night off.
Yep.
Once in their life.
Everyone gets a night off until then they have to work like overtime the next morning.
I'm sure for the next
mess.
5 days, weeks. And the siren starts blaring. That siren, honestly, is very eerie and scary.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know how if
sirens in general.
I wonder,
I'm not a fan. Like
yeah,
the tornado
that's true.
sirens.
Oh yeah, that's
when
scary.
When those go off, I'm shitting my pants.
I wonder how many sirens they went through or tested to be like, oh yeah, this is the one.
This is the siren.
Yeah.
Makes me think of Silent Hill.
And
none of the movies were good, but the game was good.
I only saw the first movie of Silent Hill. I remember that one, but I honestly, I didn't play the game. So I honestly didn't even, when I went into it, honestly, I think the person I went with told me right before we were talking about it, and they're like, it's a game. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know it was a game.
Yeah, I
cool.
played the games a lot growing up.
Scary game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked me some spooky games.
Scary.
Like the Slender Man game on the computer.
Oh.
You ever played that one?
No. Wait, maybe. I'm pretty sure I did actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was basically you were in the dark and you only had a flashlight.
And
then you'd be like,
that's unlocking a lot of memories.
Yeah.
That was that era of 2010, 2012. Where a lot of things were viral in interactive.
Yeah.
I remember high school. And so
we got the emergency broadcast system.
And Dad is trying to convince Charlie that this is good and we don't purge because we don't have to. And if we wanted to, we would do it, but we're just not going to.
And this is when Charlie asked him why they don't participate.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that was his answer.
Which was pretty him BSing.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point. Yeah. Because, they don't purge because they obviously don't want to kill people.
Yeah.
I feel also, too, it takes, some pretty not decent human beings to, be yeah, gun-ho, let's just go murder people.
Random people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine it.
Yeah.
But guess that means we're not murderers. Yay.
High five. And so at this point we then see that and right before that, everybody, the daughter, what's her name, Zoe, walked out and was like, I'm gonna go be miserable in my room. And he's like, okay, go bye. And Charlie then walks out, and so now it's just the mom and dad, but then the mom and dad disperse, and we see that this is when Zoe's in a room, and I was trying to talk about earlier that she gets pulled from behind and we think oh my God, something's about to happen, but it's just fucking Henry.
Just fucking Henry.
Yeah.
Yeah. That whenever we heard the thud that happened before too,
as
she was in the mirror messing with her headphones.
Yeah.
I was like, uh-oh. And
Something's
then that hand
happen.
grabbed her and I was like,
Zoe's going first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it was just Henry. And basically his reason for being there was that he wanted to sit the father down and have a chit chat with him, and when he couldn't run away, basically. Or at least that's what he said was his
horrible
reason.
plan. I can kind of see where the idea comes from. Yeah, he has no choice to listen to you, but also horrible plan. Yeah, all the way. And so she's even wait, what? But then they're
no, let's not do this.
but then they're also let's make out for a minute.
Yeah.
Or
gotta
or
get some
10
more kissy time in there.
And then
they almost start doing it.
Oh yeah, he's heavy in there.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden he's like, I can't do this. And I was like,
that was when I was really sus. When he was like, I can't do this. I came here for a reason to talk to him. Yeah.
And it was like,
no. You're telling me you're not gonna try to lick the berry? or whatever you call it. I don't know what you call a vagina.
The berry.
I don't know.
You pop the cherry.
That's what it is. The cherry. Yeah. Because he's like thinking about her dad. Sus. And so anyways, we do see that the dad is working. He's trying to get some stuff done to get
Plot
his bonus.
twist, he just loved the dad all
That's
along.
what I was like, suspicious. And the mom is working out. She's on the treadmill trying to burn off the dinner they just ate. Even though there were no carbs.
No carbs in it at all.
And it tastes so good.
I was wondering, I was like, what are you serving then?
Then now with
There's
no carbs.
like carbs in almost everything.
I don't know.
Even if
I think it was
she
camp.
meant starches.
It was camp.
Yeah.
It was camp. That was not true.
Or it was carb free something. Who knows?
Yeah. But they
Carbs
try to
are good for your diet, people.
Well, the thing is too is a lot of times is they'll say something is not like, is this free? Is that free? Or like, and then you go read and you read like the percentages and stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, there's nothing like there that I see like it means what it says on the front. But then you go to the ingredients, and all the way at the very bottom it's like an asterisk, like may contain, or probably has this, or like yeah. Anyways,
made in the same facility that processes tree nuts.
And so we do have some gunshots going off outside, and I think at this point that's whenever the mom hears them, right? And that's why she stops running. Or she had already stopped running.
I think she stopped running because of the gunshots.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the kids
No.
almost sex.
Oh, no,
I don't know why my brain went back there.
No, you're good. Still stuck on it. No, but because after that, and their little talk about him wanting to talk to the dad, it's the mom running, and then she hears the gunshots. And then Charlie... Sorry, no, we don't yet. We, as the audience, see that someone is running outside on one of the monitors. And then it goes to Charlie with his little Timmy thing going into the room and where the monitors are, and him seeing that someone is yelling and calling for help on the monitors.
Yeah, Timmy goes on patrol.
He does. And so he goes into that room pretty quickly, and he allows like the audio to be heard from outside, and he can hear that the dude is like begging for help and nobody's letting him in. He's just saying, why won't any of y'all let me in? And so it's really tugging at Charlie's heartstrings. Yeah, because Charlie definitely wants to help.
And all the while all of this is happening, we get Henry actually explaining why he came to see the father.
Yeah.
And then you get like just James looking at buying a new boat with all the money that they just got and stuff. So you're getting all these different scenes and everything leading up to Charlie then listening to his heart and disarming the house.
Yeah.
And lets that guy in.
And also too, right? Yeah, how you were saying Henry was, talking to Zoe. She doesn't even go with him. I thought it was the wildest thing where she was just like, okay, go.
Okay,
and she just
have fun chat.
Because then she puts on the headphones too. And I'm like, bitch, like what?
You should probably be there
Why
for this
are you
conversation.
pretending like nothing's happening?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was crazy to me. I was like, damn, she's really just going to let him go by himself.
She doesn't like confrontation, I guess.
I guess so. I guess she didn't want him that bad.
Yeah. Not enough to go with him to fight for him.
And so, like you said, all of that was happening, and Charlie let him in. We see that the security system is lifting up. And so, of course the dad and the mom and even, no, it didn't focus on Zoe and Ethan at all, but they're like, what the fuck is going on? And so
Henry and them were just focused on going down there anyways, but everyone was essentially leading to the same spot.
Yeah, which is the foyer kind of area, right in front of the front door. Is that how you pronounce it? Foyer? Foyer. Okay, there we go. Foyer. And the foyer. And so foyer. That sounds better. And he ends up oh good lord.
Well, okay, we're down there. Charlie's disarmed the house.
He's
letting the guy in.
Yeah.
We're seeing the door come up and they're running. James
and Maria.
The mom have already gone to is Mary, right?
Mary, yeah.
Yeah. James and Mary have gone to rearm the house really quickly. And so the door is lowering back down, and Henry's stomping his way to go confront Dad. And then all of a sudden they run back to the foyer, and they're there, and they're like, what the fuck, Charlie?
Yeah.
What the actual hell are you doing
Literally.
right now? Like, you just endangered all of us. And then Henry's like, what pow, bitch?
Yeah.
And he whips out a little gun.
And because he's just like Mr. Sanderson or Sanderman or something, Sandin, and Henry literally has no time, and it's just like, and then it's just like bow bow because Henry starts firing, and then James starts firing at him, and what's her name almost gets struck because she's like right there next to him.
Running down the stairs now because she heard everything going on and was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And so she came down and almost gets hit by the gun.
Yeah.
And all
also,
this is
how does she not notice that he had a gun? Was it like tucked in his belt?
Yeah, I think it was behind him.
I guess. Okay. Yeah.
So maybe she didn't latch on to him.
I'm like, what? Yeah, I see what you mean there. And yeah, some shit hit the fan. And of course, Ethan and Henry and Zoe. Why am I always want to change people's name? Henry and Zoe. It's because James's actor is Ethan Hawke.
Oh,
and so I was like, and so they run upstairs. And there's blood, and they're like, oh my god, did I hit Zoe? And then through all that commotion, because the dude that Charlie let in, he like got lost in all of this.
Yep.
And so the dad's like, Charlie, where did he go?
He was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So the homeboy has disappeared. Do we ever get his name?
That's literally what I'm looking up, because I don't want to say this dude or that dude the whole entire time. But yeah.
Because it only ever, I feel like he never gets a chance to introduce himself.
No,
so
never.
I wonder if he has a name at all. Hopefully,
Bloody Stranger.
Bloody
we
Stranger.
Never get a name. Nope, it's Edwin Hodge playing Bloody Stranger.
Love it. He did a great job as a Bloody Stranger.
He was in all 3 first films. Okay.
Oh wow.
Cool. All right, so we know that we'll see more of him. I don't know that he has any. He does have other credits. Okay, I was like, wait, what? Oh, he's been acting for a while now. Good for him.
I was like, he looks kind of familiar.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've seen him in something. Well, obviously, I've seen The Purge before, so.
He was in Above, So Below.
That must have been. Oh.
He played Benji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay. I was like, I knew I had seen him before.
That's funny.
He sure did.
Small world.
He died.
Yep.
He got dead.
Poor Benji.
He fares better in this film.
That's crazy. Wow, really? Small world. So yeah, we're back at it. He's gone. Dad's like, what the fuck? And Charlie was really like, I'm just sorry. I wanted to save him. You needed to help. And I'm just like, what the fuck, Charlie? At this point, I'm still like, what the fuck, Charlie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and also I'm still like, what the fuck? Henry just tried to kill James? Like, what the fuck?
I was like, holy shit.
The
he
nerve.
actually went there.
Yeah, the nerve. And so, and I love how, James, Mary, and Charlie, like, he takes them into the little panic room area, and they just like left Zoe up, like not even immediately going for Zoe. They're just like, yeah, okay, bye. And then Dad's telling them like, okay, I have to go find Zoe, and the mom's like, no, I'll go do it. Henry didn't try to shoot me, but he's like, I don't want to let you go with the bloody stranger out there. So he goes upstairs. We see that right before that, Zoe was trying to like, she couldn't really do anything, but she watched her boyfriend die.
Yeah.
Kind of sad.
He was shot in the gut.
Yeah.
So
he died pretty fast.
Yeah.
And then
seems like he did.
We see Dad walking up, and he stumbles upon Henry's body, and you can tell he's like, damn, I didn't mean to kill him.
Yeah. Exactly.
Maybe shoot him in the shoulder. I mean, he shot at me first, but like, I didn't mean to kill him.
Self-defense.
Yeah.
But yeah, he looks obviously like he's got some regret.
Yeah. And at this point, we see the bloody stranger and what's that called? Foreground? Background?
Yeah.
Background.
Mm-hmm.
Background behind Dad. And, it's one of those, we see him, Dad doesn't see him, turns around, oh, he's gone. And Zoe is downstairs, and she calls for her mama. And her mom goes out there to try to talk to her. And she's like, oh my God, Henry's dead. Is Dad okay? I didn't know he was going to bring a gun. I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't know. You can tell she's pretty like shell shocked.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure she's like, what the fuck? Because she was in love with this dude. But then she's like, oh my God, he just tried to kill my dad.
Yeah.
She's probably feeling super hella guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because imagine if he would have killed her dad.
Then.
Damn. Like,
and
I couldn't.
What if they broke up?
I couldn't imagine living with
Awkward.
that. With that. Why would she still date him?
Yeah. I know. But like.
Okay, yeah.
Like
I feel
if
you,
they
though.
did continue going on, if she was like, well, it was the purge
Yeah.
or something, and then
Tries to rationalize it.
then they broke up, and then it was like,
Wow.
damn, my dad died for this dude that I just didn't even stay with.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty wild. But she's pretty traumatized, and the mom's like, can you please like come in here with your brother and I? And she's like, no, I've got to go, bye. And I'm just like,
I was so confused.
I was also too like, why the fuck is she anyways
just running off? She knows that, or at least I think she knows that someone was let in the house.
Honestly, I don't even think she knew that part yet.
Yeah,
I don't think she knew.
she got down there just in time.
Yeah,
didn't really know what was going on, and then all of a sudden
because all the commotion.
dead.
Yeah. And then we have Charlie, you know, he's trying to call his mom to go back into the room because we see that there are some people and the camera is walking up.
We have this giant group descending on the house,
Mm-hmm.
and they're all wearing these really over exaggerated masks that have these like really bulbous and over exaggerated features. And they're coming up, and it's a lot of them.
Yeah.
There's
truly.
like at least 7 or something. It reminded me of The Strangers.
Yeah, that's what it felt like, especially with the mask,
Mm-hmm.
and the way that they had like all their weapons and stuff, and the way they were acting, especially later
Being
on in the
silly,
movie.
goofy.
Yeah, really trying to like ham it up and like scare them in a
And
way.
toy with them.
Yeah, there you go. That's the word. Like a kid playing with their food.
Yep.
Or an animal playing with its prey. And so the freaks are outside, and I will call them freaks because that's what
they're literally called.
Yeah, freak 1, freak 2, and all that. And at this point, they're watching them all come up to the front door. Well, not all of them, but a couple of them. And I love how Charlie's like, that one's trying to say something.
Yeah.
I was like, what? That one is trying to say something.
His mouth was just like,
but you couldn't hear him.
Moving.
Yeah.
You couldn't hear anything. And he's trying to say that they are giving sanctuary to their target, and that he's nothing but a dirty homeless pig.
Yeah, which is pretty
His
sad.
words. That was a quote.
They're pretty what's the word? Assholes.
Yeah. And he basically goes on to say, like, don't force us to hurt you. We don't want to kill our own.
Mm-hmm.
Saying, he was like, we're well-off well-off kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're just trying to exercise our rights to purge. And we're basically, you know, really smart individuals. And we're just doing our duty.
He gave very cult leader as well. Like, very much like, didn't like him at all. His vibes were very heavy,
creepy,
very
crazy eyes.
The dude from the very naughty dude from Courage the Cowardly Dog. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
And he's like, and I was very naughty, and he would like smile, very like big and creepy, and like had that long blonde hair. That's what he gave.
Yeah.
And so, you know, like you said, he's trying to tell them like, hey, if you don't let this man out before our you know, backup arrives, we're gonna break into this fucking house, and not only are we gonna kill him then, but we're gonna kill your whole family for obstructing our right to purge.
Yep.
And he's like, we see the blue flowers, like if y'all are for the purge, just let him out and we'll be out of your hair. And I'm just like, wow, this motherfucker's crazy.
Yeah.
He seems definitely like, you know
Unhinged.
what? There's some people I wouldn't probably want to fuck with. And I mean, I'd give a fight if I had to, but like, if I saw that, I feel
I would like to stay far away.
Is there a back door that we can leave through, like, and go through a tunnel? Like, yeah.
Honestly, everyone should have a nice
There should have been. There should have been. And I love how he's you can tell he's a crazy motherfucker because as he's walking away, he's like, toodle-doo.
Yeah. Just like happy-go-lucky. Like he didn't just basically threaten to murder that whole family.
Literally.
And stuff.
He's just with his friends vibing, you know?
Yep. Just having a good, grand old time. And at this point, the electricity gets cut in the house, right?
It does.
Yeah.
Because he's like, cut it.
Yeah. And then all of their electricity is gone, and the monitors are running up on backup generators.
And the dad's and Mary's definitely freaking out, and he's like, you know, it's like telling her like, let's calm down, let's go sit on the chair. And she's, you know, asking him, can they even break in? Like, we're protected, right? And he's like, well, we're 99.9% protected. And so at this point, he's basically telling them they're shit out of luck.
Yep, that there's not much more they can do for that.
Did you know that dehydration is the leading cause of daytime fatigue? I was shocked to learn that even mild dehydration can cause headaches, muscle weakness, and brain fog. But luckily, there's a solution. Cure! Cure Hydration is an oral rehydration solution that contains the perfect balance of electrolytes and glucose to help your body absorb water and rehydrate quickly. The formula is made with all natural ingredients like coconut water, powder, and pink Himalayan salt, and is free from artificial flavors, sweeteners, and preservatives. Cure Hydration is vegan, gluten-free, and non-GMO, making it a great option for anyone with dietary restrictions or preferences. The packets are convenient and easy to use. Just mix with water and drink. They're perfect for on the go, travel, or anytime you need a quick and effective hydration boost. Hydration is more than just drinking water. That's what Lauren Picasso, a lifelong endurance athlete, discovered as she struggled to stay hydrated no matter how much water she drank. Lauren founded Cure, a science-backed electrolyte drink mixed to make hydrating easy for everyone. Cure believes that hydration should be simple and effective, but also clean and natural. That's why they use only the highest quality plant-based ingredients and avoid any artificial or harmful additives. They're committed to transparency and honesty. All of their ingredients are clearly listed on their website and packaging, and they're always happy to answer any questions or concerns. Ready to combat dehydration? Try Cure today and feel the difference for yourself. Use code BOO for 20% off your order.
Are you tired of the same old boring puzzles? Mix things up with Wongo puzzles. Each puzzle is a custom design with intricate patterns and whimsical shapes that will keep you engaged for hours. Plus, their eco-friendly materials and commitment to sustainability make Wongo puzzles a guilt-free way to unwind. Wongo puzzles are 100% wooden puzzles, meaning they'll last forever. Each piece is hand-drawn, so no two pieces are the same, and you'll discover some fun, whimsy pieces as you work through it. They come in a custom wooden box, which is perfect for storage and gifting. With stunning design and unique shapes, Wongo puzzles are a cut above the rest. So what are you waiting for? Go to wongopuzzles.com and pick your puzzle today. And be sure to use the promo code BOO and get 10% off of your order. This is the most fun you've had with a puzzle guaranteed or your money back. Go to Wongo, WONGO, puzzles.com and use the code BOO to get 10% off your order and get puzzling right now. Wongo. This thing is not impenetrable. So
it is
turns
not at all, because they're obviously bringing backup. We find out soon enough what it is. And in the meanwhile, dad is pretty much gung-ho about, like, you know what? We're going to give them what they want. We're just going to go
for us.
Yeah, we're going to go find this bloody stranger and turn him in. And so they start to, I think it's Charlie who's like, why should he die? Like, why should we do this? And like you said, dad is just like, well, it's like literally survival of the fittest, babe. So at this point, they leave Charlie in the room, I believe, and mom and dad go out looking for him. Yes. And so we're in the house, we're checking, we're snooping. It's very dark because obviously all of the lights were turned off. And the freaks are outside also not helping, because they're like pounding on the walls and like being crazy and being like, yeah, we're gonna get you. Woo, woo, woo.
Looking at all the cameras, making funny gestures and just like
antagonizing.
Skipping around, holding machetes.
Yeah. And so both mom and dad are out there looking around. It's basically kind of like a cat mouse situation, because also the bloody stranger is kind of like moving through the house to try to get like hide from them.
Constantly on the move. He's not just hunkered down.
Exactly. And it's like there's a lot of tension and release, because it feels like, oh, it's a close call. Like, oh, we're gonna find out. Oh no, we're not. And then at this point, I think Charlie starts using Timmy, right, to go around and look.
I was like, is he going to use Timmy to help find the man? But then I was like, no, he's going to lead him to the secret hideout.
Yeah.
And then what did he do?
He led him to the secret hideout.
He led him right to the secret hideout.
They found him, and he was kind of like communicating with him through the Timmy, and like he was able to get him to the hideout, so that way nobody would get him, just in time too, even because the mom, I think, was about to find him, right?
Yeah, she was. Mm-hmm. And whenever
she was close,
he was in the hideout, she almost found him.
Yeah.
She was about to look in there whenever all of a sudden, something fell, or footsteps like happened, but it was probably Zoe going throughout the house.
That's true.
And she runs away from him, and the bloody stranger is narrowly saved.
Yeah, and he is good for now. He's hiding. He's tucked away. And then we have, I believe, Crazy Guy at the front door again asking questions. Like, why haven't you brought us our purge? and he is talking to James, and James is trying to tell him like, look, like my son let him in, like we didn't do this, like if you just give us a little bit more time, we will find him. We can't find him. And then some other dude comes up and he's like, give us the fucking dude.
Give us the fucking man.
And our leader just shoots him in the head.
Blows his head right off.
And you can tell that he's like definitely got some like type of whatever it is, psychoness going on, because he's like,
I don't condone that behavior.
Exactly. He's like, apparently to his madness there is some level of class and taste.
Yeah. And he was like, and whenever Dad was just like, what the fuck? He was like, and as you can see, that man was my friend, so I won't hesitate.
Yeah.
I won't hesitate, bitch. I won't hesitate.
And I think Zoe pops up at this point, and it's a jump scare because she pops up in front of fucking Timmy, and she's like, hello, Charlie. I'm hiding. I'm sorry. Please.
Henry's dead.
I don't know what's going on. I hear people. And you would think she would want to join her family at that point. But she's like, I'm just got a gun. I've got Henry's gun, and I'm going to hide.
I'm going to hide in your secret closet. And Timmy and Charlie were both like, no.
Yeah, very facepalm. And I love how Charlie even kind of knows, like, oh shit, but he doesn't go like immediately to the hiding spot to go like
he's
stop.
Just like, well,
yeah, okay, I guess you'll find him.
Yep.
Yeah, and so at this point, she does end up. It's like two things are happening at the same time. Mr. James is coming closer to the hiding spot area, but then I guess as soon as he's going to go into that room, Zoe got to it first, and the bloody stranger takes a hold of her and starts holding her hostage.
Has her at gunpoint.
Yeah, and it's basically like trying to be like, leave me the fuck alone or I'll kill her.
Yeah, exactly. And then they get out into the hallway because he kind of like follows them out. And they go to, who is it? Mary comes up behind them, right?
Yeah, she's got a gun.
Yeah, at first I thought it was Charlie because their hair is like the same length.
Yeah.
And it was just a blurry like vision of them behind. And I was like, damn, Charlie's going to shoot this motherfucker now?
Yeah.
I thought Charlie saw like what happened and was like,
no
never
way,
mind.
not my sister.
Not my sister,
Charlie didn't have it in him. Charlie couldn't hurt a fly.
No, he couldn't.
No.
And neither can Mary.
Nope. Because at this point, she's behind him. The dad is kind of talking to him and it's kind of distracting him for a bit. And then he's like, shoot him from behind, Mary. And she doesn't. And he ends up throwing Zoe up against the wall, and she hits it so hard she knocks out.
Yeah,
and
she's knocked unconscious.
The dad is able to then kind of tackle him. He ends up slamming him on the ground. They kind of go at it for a little bit. A gun goes off, but it's just like a misfiring bullet. And then everybody kind of like is, whoa. I think he pistol whips him a little bit. And then he gets like a vase to like knock him out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're in like an office situation or something.
So they are trying to tie him up.
Yeah. And they're doing so successfully for a little bit, but as they try to put him inside the chair, because they were going to put him in the chair and then take him out to the people. Yeah. Which I was like, I thought they were going to put him in a rolly chair. Yeah. So they could just roll him out. But it was just a normal
chair with 4 legs. Like, how are they going to pick him up, lift him? Like, as a family, 4-team lift?
Yeah.
Everybody put 2 fingers?
It's like they're parading like at a bar mitzvah.
Yeah, that's what it gives. And yeah, they're trying to get him onto the chair, but at this point, even though they do have him wrapped up, he's fighting back. And so, James is like, grab the letter opener and stab into his wound.
And I was like,
press it. It's the way that he says press into it, and she just goes and just stabs him.
Yeah, she
like
did.
legit stabs him 2 times, and then it's just like, and then he finally gives up, and they get him into the chair, and he's like, okay, now don't fucking move or make a sound. And yeah, it's pretty sad. Poor guy's got to go through a lot tonight. And I'm surprised he hasn't bled out already.
I'm honestly surprised that he's not dead.
Yeah.
And that he just like kind of walks off at the end.
And so at this point, they are pretty much got him onto the chair, tying him up. Zoe's kind of going in and out of it. She's listening to everything. They were listening to him like in his fucking screaming and pleading. And at this point,
Mary changes her mind.
Yeah, they're talking about getting him out there, but Mary's like, I can't do this anymore.
Even though she just stabbed him.
Yeah, twice. And at this point, Charlie runs off, and Zoe is talking to Dad, and they finally kind of get to have a little like, oh, I'm sorry. Well, he's like, are you okay? And she's like, I'm sorry. And then he's like, I don't know what he says, but she's like, oh, he's like,
nothing is ever gonna be
yeah, because he's like, it's gonna be
again.
okay. And she's like, it's look at what you're doing. She's like, this will never be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it kind of gives James like a self-realization moment of, you know, kind of what he's turned into at this point, and being no better than the people that are outside their house. And the bloody stranger, even at this point, is just kind of like, all right, you know what, dude, like, just
Save your children.
save your children, take me outside. And
Yeah.
at this point, even after everything they just went through, James was like, nah, I can't do that, bro. He doesn't say it, but he's just like, nah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
he chooses not to.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point now, we get the backup has arrived. So
Yeah.
the people outside, the freaks are putting the chains on the doors and windows and every ounce of this home security system, basically, that they
Mhm.
can. And they start ripping them off
Yeah, they do.
pretty easily.
Yeah, it was like in a matter of minutes. They
Yeah.
were able to take the shit off. So it gives that this shit wasn't worth it
No.
for however much money everybody paid for it. And so yeah, you know, they get it all torn down. At this point, we're giving Charlie a gun because he needs to protect himself. We're gonna fight for our right to party and to live.
And to live. So
And
they send him to the basement to hide,
yeah,
even though they should have sent him to a secret hiding place.
they should have. Oh, and also
that
should
would
have
have made
just
the most sense.
been watching him the whole time.
Yeah.
Do not let him out of your sight. Yeah. But I digress. We don't do that. He goes and hides. And at this point, the people are starting to the windows are smashing and they're starting to come in. And we got
At this point too, I was wondering, I was like, wait, okay. They were just sitting there saying how they don't want to hurt this man, but did they untie them?
Nope, they
And
didn't.
they sure didn't.
They didn't.
I was like, oh my God.
Poor guy has to like rock around and try to wiggle so he can land on the floor so he can get a knife and
Get
let
the
himself
letter
free.
opener. Yeah, to get the tape off. And I was just like, damn, they did all that just for
Him to
just
leave
to
us,
leave
leave
him.
him a sitting duck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Poor guy. We have Mary with her 2 guns. She had locked and loaded 2 guns. I don't know if she would
But
be
not cautious in the
and
slightest.
she would not. She can't be good with either of them apparently.
Yeah.
And so she ends up.
She's
well-
not covering her back.
Oh yeah, at all. She's walking through the whole house trying to like look out, but this whole time someone is basically stalking her
Behind her.
from
yeah.
behind. And thankfully Dad comes in clutch a few times because we have Charlie in the basement and someone finally comes and spooks the fuck out of him and he tries to
Yeah.
shoot them but he misses and they are about to literally kill him, but Dad comes in and saves the day, kills him. And then at this point we have Zoe under the bed in someone's room or her bedroom, and the creepy leader dude sees her picture on the wall and is basically like, save this one for me.
Yeah,
'Cause
save
she
the
looks
little
so
lady
good.
standing for me.
Yeah, and she heard that, so that's pretty fucking traumatizing.
Yeah, it's creepy.
And thankfully,
She's divine.
I don't know what kind of fucking gun James had, but Dad, this brrr thing we got going
that
on,
one.
I don't know what that's called, but I don't even like guns, but it
Gun.
came in really good good hand right
Yeah, it
in
did.
this moment, because he's thankfully,
He's taking them out one
Yeah.
by one.
especially the one that was stalking his wife
Yep,
that he didn't even know about, and he catches him in the kitchen.
which was good
Mm-hmm.
because at this point I was like, Mom is not being careful at
Yeah.
all. Goddamn,
She
I
gonna
was
die.
like, she's gonna die. And then this is when we get into after he takes out that one in the kitchen, he
Mhm.
goes into
Dad versus everyone.
yeah, basically where he's fighting with the axe girl that's being piggybacked by another guy.
Yeah.
And they're in like the billiard room, where the pool table
Play
is.
area
Yeah.
room. It's a very guys lounge,
Man
whatever it's called, man
cave.
cave. Yeah. And yeah, they kind of run into each other and they end up going at it pretty heavy at it. And Dad, even though he's outnumbered, is holding his own pretty well.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there were a few moments where it seemed close, where I was like, "Oh shit, he gonna die?"
Yeah. And then I don't know if it was adrenaline or he was just that strong because he was like fending them off pretty well. And
yeah,
then
he
like,
was.
yeah, so ends up shooting the lady first, killing her. And then we have the other dude attacking him, and he almost gets him as well, but he ends up slamming the dude on the pinball machine.
Yeah, and then gets an axe.
Yeah. Well, that's when the other dude walks in.
Oh, yeah.
Another dude came from the...
Oh, yeah, when someone else jumps through
the window and starts attacking him, and they go at it. And then that's when he gets the axe on the floor, and that dude was almost about to shoot him, and he stabs him in the back with it.
And then he gets up and he shoots him too.
Yeah, he double taps it.
Yeah, and he also, the guy that he slammed on the pinball machine and stuff, he goes through and he makes his rounds.
The only one who doesn't do it to the girl.
Dead
yeah,
because and he shot her in the chest.
Yeah, and then also he took
with
like
a rifle,
like a second glance at her. I don't know if it was what it was, like, oh, she looks like a sweet innocent girl kind of thing.
Yeah, I wonder if it was supposed to be like, it reminds him of his daughter,
maybe,
kind of thing.
Yeah. And at this point, he turns around and just like gets fucking stabbed by the fucking crazy leader.
Guy.
Yeah,
I called him main guy.
Was
the whole
pretty.
Time.
I mean, honestly, that's good movie. That's good writing. Why? Yeah, but honestly, I was a bit like, not.
He just did all that stuff.
Yeah, just to get stabbed. Yeah, like it was a bit anticlimactic, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the dude was just like, I told you I'd get you, basically. And so, yeah, and he kisses him on the forehead.
Yeah, that was weird. And he was like, and he's like whispering down in front of him, and he's like, was his life really worth yours and your family's? Kiss. And I was like, what?
Yep.
What the fuck?
Happy Pride.
I guess so. Yeah. And then he just leaves him.
Yep, just leaves him
for dead.
I guess he's gonna go try to get.
And he pulls out, and it was a machete.
Yeah, it was.
Which I was like, damn. At first, I wasn't sure. I just saw the handle.
It was a very long knife.
Yeah,
and that thing was all the way in.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, because all you could see, like I thought it was just like a normal knife, because all you could see was the hilt going into like the skin, and it so. But then whenever he pulled it out and a whole machete came out, I was like, God damn.
Yeah. I don't think you can come back for that.
No.
It cuts too much.
Well, he tried. He sure did try.
Ugh. And so, Dad is holding out as much as he can. We do see that the neighbors are coming, and we see through the monitors that neighbors are coming and starting to kill the people that are like out in the cars waiting, I guess.
And I was like, Grace and them coming to help? Or to kill them themselves?
Yep. They're coming. They are killing.
I couldn't remember.
They're killing the people in the house. And then at this point, because Mom almost literally
she almost gets killed
because this couple comes from behind her and tries to attack her.
They start tickling her.
Oh yeah,
which was like, that's pure torture.
Literally,
that's awful. I would not. And she was like laughing and stuff, and I was like, I would lose my mind. In that situation. I hate being tickled. No one enjoys being tickled.
That's what would really send you over.
But like, Jesus Christ, that's just torture.
And she thankfully gets saved by the neighbors. And then at this point, we have her coming downstairs, and she sees her husband. He's breathing his last breaths. She goes up to him. Charlie pops up. They put a watch on him. And it kind of seems like everything is over and scary, because the cult leader pops up, and he looks like he's going to try to kill all three of them.
Yeah.
But
and
thankfully...
Zoe comes in now
and saves the day.
Takes him out.
Yeah, she shoots him.
Boom, boom, boom.
Good 3 or 4 shots.
Gets him.
And that's whenever we're all by Dad. We're crying. And the watch is obviously like kind of basically counting his last heartbeats.
Yeah, you hear like beep, beep.
Nothing. Yeah. And that's whenever we have more neighbors coming up and shooting. I think there was no one left. I think we just see them all coming out, and then my mom's like, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much," and she's like, "Ha ha 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 ha."
We didn't come to help you.
Yeah, don't think it's just yet.
We saw you were struggling, so we decided to take part, basically.
Yeah, she's basically like, "You're ours. Like, we want to take out our frustration on you."
Yeah.
I put LMFAO. I was like, "Wow."
Yeah.
What a turn.
I loved so then they start tying
And I was like, these bitches are jealous.
Yeah, for real. And I was like, this is such a dumb reason.
Yeah, because the more they're like, you were just, waving your wealth in front of us. And
I was like, no, they weren't.
Yeah, all this shit.
Don't look.
Literally. And so, yeah, they form their little prayer circle. They start saying their blessed be shit.
They tie him up. And I love how as they were tying him up, the mom was like losing her mind.
Yeah.
And the lady who's tying her up, just because she kept saying like, let me go. And the lady was like, no.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
And she's like, just think of my children. Like, let the children go. And they're like, nah. We'll start with them first.
Yep.
Yeah. And then the dude who's like, shut up, bro. Kill him right now. God damn it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll shoot him. Yeah.
They said it's time for you to quiet down, Mary, and let us do our duties as Americans.
Yeah.
And then I saw that they were going to stab them.
Yeah.
They were going to stab them to death.
They were like, I'll go first. Grace was like, I'll go first, and then everybody can have a turn after me.
Yeah. And it was like, damn.
Yeah.
And this is, where they form the prayer circle, and they're saying, blessed be our new founding fathers for letting the purge cleanse us in our souls. Blessed be America, a nation reborn. Dun, dun, dun.
And right before we think all is lost, and the mom is like, just look at me, baby. Just look at me. Don't freak out. It's going to be okay. Our bloody stranger comes in to save the day.
Yay.
Yeah. Ends up taking out a couple of the neighbors and then taking Grace and being like, y'all better stop or she dies.
And then Grace was like, kill us quickly. Do it. And I was like, bitch, no.
Yeah.
I said, y'all are going to take y'all's time stabbing them. I don't think so.
Yeah.
And then the mom's like, we're going to play the rest of the night out in peace. And I was like, oh, JK.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to stab them.
Honestly, I want that director's cut because that would have been better. And then I love how I was always like, but they were going to kill us. And the mom's like, I know, but it's okay. We're just going to all be in peace. And so they end up going to the dining room area, all sitting around the table.
Can you imagine how awkward that's going to be tomorrow?
Right.
Like the next
rest
day
of the year.
and every other day.
They better move.
Yeah, they should.
And so, yeah, they're just sitting there awkwardly. And I love how the mom just kind of like, oh, so did you enjoy Grace's party? And the dude's like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, did you enjoy yourself? And he's like, yeah, it was kind of fun. And they're just kind of chilling. The kids are sobbing over dad. And as soon as Mary takes her eyes off of them, fucking Grace tries to fucking try some bullshit.
But Mary comes in clutch like a fucking badass, smashes Grace's head into the table, or butts her with the gun,
and then puts
smashes
her
head into the table.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
Like cuts her nose all open and stuff, because it was like it had a glass
definitely a broken
tabletop
nose.
too.
Yeah,
and I think the glass shattered a bit.
Yeah.
So
for
it
sure.
like cut her face and stuff too.
Yeah,
and she was like, "Didn't you hear what I said? No more killing tonight."
Yeah.
And I was like, tell him, bitch, tell him. You got this. And then a few seconds later, it's ding, ding, ding.
Siren goes off.
Purge is over.
Yep.
This now concludes our blah, blah, blah annual purge.
That is it.
And she says, now get the hell out of my house.
As they should. And they do. And at this point, we start to part ways with our bloody stranger.
Yep, sends Amanda off with a thank you, and he just says, good luck.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, yeah, what else can you do in that situation?
Yeah.
If I was him, I would have been like, yo, y'all are rich. Can you at least help pay for my medical bills because you stabbed a letter opener into my wound?
And I saved your life, and call me an ambulance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Because if he was homeless and stuff, he's probably not going to be able to get super good medical care. So I was like, damn, he should stay and just like, he should come over every purge now. Like that guy who accidentally texted that grandma on Thanksgiving, and then now he goes every Thanksgiving. This could have been that situation.
Could have been
nice, wholesome situation.
They lost out.
Yeah,
he's in the next 2 movies though, so
maybe he does come back.
Maybe.
Who knows?
The way we haven't seen any of these movies. But yeah, and then he says he leaves, and then it's just basically a shot of us panning on the family and their silhouettes, and that's the end of the movie.
Yeah, and we're ending with like news reports playing over the credits saying that it was the most successful purge yet. Dallas had the most participation, 200 people purging in the square.
Wow.
Which I was like, is this like where Kennedy was shot? Like that square?
I don't know.
What part of Dallas has a square? I'm guessing it has to be where Kennedy and around the courthouse there.
I'm not familiar with Dallas at all.
Wow. And then it ends with someone saying, my 2 boys died tonight in the purge.
I used to be an American,
but this country has taken everything from me.
Yep.
Yeah. And it was like, ooh.
And that's it.
Some people not liking this now. Yep. And that's the end of the film. Yay.
Yay. Happy 4th of July, you guys.
Happy 4th.
America, ring. Freedom let
ring.
rock. Yeah, all of that.
You want fun facts?
Fun fact me. Fun fact me.
According to the director James DeMonaco, the famous road rage incident awakening the idea for the Purge happened like this. So basically, he got in a road rage incident with someone, and it gave him the idea for the Purge.
Oh, he really wanted to kill that motherfucker.
Yeah, I guess so. He and his wife were driving on the freeway when a drunk driver cut them off, nearly killing them. After both cars stopped, the other driver's lack of remorse enraged DeMonaco enough to engage in a fist fight, and police eventually had to get involved. After the incident was over, DeMonaco's wife turned to him and commented how great it would be to have one free murder a year. He felt bad admitting that because normally she's a sweet woman. Damn, that's dark.
That's really
wife
dark.
really let her shoot true colors show in that
For
moment.
real. I really wanted to kill that man.
Yep.
Damn. She said, I'd do it. Literally. If that man ever becomes ever dead, that is suspect number one.
Yeah, she killed him. On the prospect of a real Purge, director James DeMonaco said, honestly, he'd probably just go to Canada and hide.
Yeah, that's a good plan there.
The homicidal ladies in white dresses were based on Charles Manson's killers/followers.
That's what I was getting.
Yeah, James claims obsession with Manson from an early age.
Yeah.
And this was a Blumhouse production. So Ethan Hawke is an old friend of producer Jason Blum and director James DeMonaco, and was happy to appear in The Purge to give their low budget movie some star power.
That's awesome.
That is. As usual, Blum's productions cast and crew work for scale and receive a percentage of the profits, if any. Hawke reportedly received only $3,000 up front. But due to the movie's worldwide success and the back-end profits, he has probably received more money for this film than any other in his career.
Oh, wow.
That's speculation.
That's what happens when you help out and you be nice. Good things come back to you.
Yep.
And also, I mean, he's in their another film, the other one. I think what's the same as Blumhouse too? The other one he's in.
The Black Phone?
No. Yeah, it is. But the other one before that, Sinister's Blumhouse. Yeah,
that's right.
Yep.
The one that we covered.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. Black Phone was good.
Did you have any other fun facts?
Oh no, I think that was all of them.
All
the
right.
other ones seemed too long.
Let's dip into it.
Tell me your booze.
I would like to give this a solid 3.9. A 3.9. I really enjoyed it. I think it's a pretty interesting, and whenever it did come out, I mean, honestly, new concept. I mean, now we have 5 of them.
Yeah.
But it's pretty fresh in storytelling, I feel like. And I think it also is kind of a movie that raises a lot of, like, I feel like it challenges us to be better human beings, essentially. I feel like it's a good thing of, like, what we shouldn't come to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I think that's what it's the blueprint for. But overall, like, I think it was a pretty cool story. I mean, like, it gave us a reason for why those people needed to come to the house. It gave us a reason why in the end the neighbors took over. I feel like everything was pretty explained. I liked how we have, like, the characters of the dad being kind of more like, no, we staunchly do this, and where the mom is kind of like, I'm in the middle, and Charlie was very much like, I believe that, like, we shouldn't hurt anybody. Everybody, like, this is wrong. And there's just a lot of what the fuck moments too in the movie.
Yeah.
That kept me engaged.
Yeah, it did.
That Henry against dad shit
blew your mind.
Yeah, honestly, it did. And then
I didn't see it coming.
Then the neighbors.
I mean, I was suspicious, but I didn't see him shooting him coming.
Same thing with the neighbors. I thought like, I mean, surely we were just like, yeah, these people are going to probably do some, probably come and kill them. But then I was like, nah, they're here to help. And then it's like, damn, nah.
No, they actually are here to kill them.
They just want to fucking kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They wanted to kill them themselves.
Yeah. There's a lot of tables turning in this movie.
My, how they turn tables.
And so for that reason, I give it a 3.9 boo.
Fun.
Yeah.
I think I will give it probably a 3.5. Yeah, just right in the middle of the road for me. It was a good film overall. It had, like you said, it keeps you really engaged throughout the entire time, the whole process. It does get into the movie rather quickly. We all know I don't mind a good slow burn, but this one keeps you, it's very action packed, kind of like an action film. And it it keeps you like engaged the whole time. And it had a lot of good twists and turns where, like we just were talking about, I didn't really see it coming. I like was suspicious at first, but then it made me believe, oh no, they do have pure intentions.
Yeah.
And then psych, these people actually are bad. Inherently, everyone is bad. Yeah.
Except for Bloody Stranger.
Except for Bloody Stranger. Bloody Stranger just needed to hide.
Good guy.
Yeah. And Charlie.
Oh yeah,
Charlie's not bad either. Charlie's good boy.
He's a dog now.
He's a dog. But yeah, I don't really remember much of a soundtrack in there at all.
There wasn't something there was in the middle part where I thought like, oh, I don't know if Caitlin will like this. Right in the middle, right when everything was happening with Henry and the shooting, it was very like, if you watch it again, just pay attention to the music. It felt like what Smile was doing, where it was like,
well, that's fine because it was an action-packed scene. Smile just did it when people were walking down the sidewalk, and I was like, why are we having that?
Keep you on the edge
there?
the whole time.
Yeah. I didn't notice it. It must have added to the moment. Yeah. So I think give it kudos to that. And yeah, the social commentary that can be had from this film, like you said, it does encourage us all to be hopefully a better version of ourselves. I'm sure some people watch this film and we're like,
I want to purge too.
That's a good idea. But hopefully more people than were thought the nicer way than that. So, but yeah. So a 3.9 and a 3.5, giving us a 3.7.
That's what it is. Yeah. I'll take it. Well,
3.7 for 2013's The Purge.
The Purge. Yeah. Let us know if y'all want to slide into our DMs and let us know if y'all want to have us cover any of the other ones.
Yeah.
We haven't really
We
talked
did
about
get a
but...
request for The Descent 2.
Oh, did we?
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Yeah,
I honestly didn't even know that there was a sequel.
We talked about it.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we were like, what in the hell's going to happen?
Did I say the exact same thing? That I did know there was a sequel?
Yeah, I think we were both shocked that there was a sequel.
Yeah, because I'm like, what would you do?
Yeah. But apparently it picks up right where it left off.
Oh,
but with the director's cut, which is the UK version, the English version just ends right after Juno's ghost. But apparently the director's cut goes further.
Okay.
And gives us a little bit more than her just like puking outside the vehicle
or
whatever she did.
Oh, got it. Yeah, at the end.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
So we did get a request for The Descent too. So we'll be covering that. And so, yeah, if you want us to cover more purges, let us know.
We'll do it.
We will.
We are here at your command.
Yeah, we'll do any movie that you want us to. Dance, monkey, dance.
That's what we do.
That's us.
She's dancing right now.
Yeah.
But yeah. You can,
as always,
we are in the lovely Rogue Media Network studios.
That's right. They take great care of us.
They sure do. And you can find our podcast and a lot of other great and rockin' podcasts at their network's website, which is roguemedianetwork.com.
And that's right. You can listen to us also on streaming platforms, the biggest two being
Spotify
and also Apple. But wherever you do listen, don't forget to
rate, review, like, and subscribe.
That's right, because that is the only way we can get ahead in this world. And then also word of mouth. Tell your friends. Tell your Timmies.
Tell the people you hate.
Yep.
That you want to purge.
Yep.
That they should listen to our purge episode.
They should. And say, this is what we want to do to you.
Lit up. Yep.
Murder them. Not really. Please don't murder people.
Don't do it. But you can imagine it in your head. I think that's healthy.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Inherently evil. That's your purge. Purge in your brain.
There
purge
you
your brain of the negative thoughts by thinking them and then putting them in the trash can.
Or you can tell us how much you want to purge us. And you can do that by, just like earlier, reaching us to our one social media
platform, which is Instagram, and that is at
Boobays Podcast, and that's at Boobays, BOOBAES, because they're your boobays, not your boobabes. I don't know why I messed that up.
That's right. And until next time, we'll be covering It
Chapter 1 and 2. We'll be splitting them up in two different episodes, the newer versions.
Yes, because they're summertime films.
Yeah, they are.
Happy.
And maybe we'll add some commentary about the first It, but this will be specifically about the new versions of it.
Yes, the newest iterations. And until next time, you guys.
Bye, bays.
Bye, bays.
Bye.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.